Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. We've already got someone in the room. That's a good sign. We'll be getting underway shortly. So, how's your week going so far? I'm finding that slowly life is getting back a little bit more toward normal. And in a way, I think that'll be reflected in the question of the day today. Hi, Michael and Sophia. Sophia, not too bad. Well, that's good. Because they, you hear these media reports about some folks who are just having a terrible time, um, during this period. For example, if you live with someone who's abusive or just someone you can't stand, that's a problem. Or on the other hand, people who live alone and they really, really need social interaction. Well, that's a problem too. Hello, Guy. Good to have you in the house. All right, all right. Well, we have a bunch of activities, geez, and a lot of things have changed since Monday. I don't know if you can see all these scratch outs and things, but yeah, it's a lot of things are happening around Glendale College. Oh, good morning, Clara. Good to have you around. All right. Well, all right. We have it at 9:10. Yeah, yeah. Both the computer and my watch say 9:10, so I guess it's time to start. The first thing is there's a whole lot of stuff going on around the college. I think what has happened is it took a while for folks around the college to think through how they could do virtual versions of what they usually do, and usually through Zoom, but through other means as well. GCC Pride Week continues. I think it's important for students to connect with their peers, and that's certainly one way to do it. Also, along the same idea, Asian Pacific American Heritage Month continues this week. There are career development panels that one was yesterday. You got an email from me about it. And then there are two others today and tomorrow. Now, the career development panels for today and tomorrow, I think that if you go, it would just have to be for your own personal enrichment because they don't seem to have any connection to mass communication. Yeah, today's is finance, business, marketing, and sales. Tomorrow is health science and medical information technology. Anyhow, the one yesterday was probably pretty good. I couldn't go to it because I was in a faculty meeting, but it was arts, design, and entertainment. And the panel was an award winning animator, a set decorator working with several studios, and an executive producer of digital games. So if you went to that yesterday, if you saw my email and you went to it, there's a little assignment that you can turn in uh, for extra credit. And down near the bottom of your home Canvas page, you'll see a module called Field Trips, and the submission box will be in there. Hi, Stefan. Good to have you around. Okay. Is anyone here transferring? I think I know I have some transfer students in my classes. I don't know if among those of you who are here right now, if any of you are transferring. But Thursday, 1 to 2:30 p.m., there will be a transfer celebration run by the Transfer Center. If you would like to participate in that, I have the flyer for it in the announcements. And by the way, if you are transferring, congratulations. However, if you're going to Cal State, be prepared to look at a screen in the fall. I don't know if you've seen the news, but there was a email sent out by Dr. Vyar that this fall Glendale College will be online. We won't be returning to campus. And for those of you who are transfer students, Cal State has announced that all of its campuses will be also online in the fall. I haven't heard anything yet from the University of California, but I don't know. Stay tuned. Oh, got something from Guy here. Oh, Guy, you got accepted to the University of Alabama. Wow. When I think of the University of Alabama, I think about Bear Bryant and their great football teams and that sort of thing. Guy, do you know if the University of Alabama is going to be in person or online in the fall? I mean, that I get the feeling that's one of the states where there's a little more pressure to open up a little sooner. Let me give you some other announcements. I don't think that this is going to affect anyone listening right here, right now. But if you need to drop this or any other spring class, oh, Guy, you're thinking that so far University of Alabama is going to go back to the classrooms in the fall. Okay, well, good luck. I mean, academically and otherwise. Okay, good. Saturday is the last day to withdraw from a class. Now, I assume that if you're here and you're keeping up and you're earning grade points, that you're doing well enough in the class that you should not drop. But if, let's say, you have a friend who hasn't really kept up, or you have some other class where you've just let it go on without you, Saturday is the last day to drop with what's called an EW. That means excused withdrawal. And it's like an unusually favorable for the student type of W. I have the grading guide in the announcements so that you can take a look at what these things like EW, excused withdrawal, what that means for you academically. Anyhow, Saturday, last day to drop. What else? Oh, Stephanie had to cancel her supplemental instruction yesterday. She should be back next week. And what I'll do is I will have her double up. I will have her reviewing both the chapters on advertising and public relations. So look for that next Tuesday, the 19th. All right, what else do we have? Term papers, as you know, were due last week. So if you did not get your term paper in on time, email me about it and we'll try to work something out. I really want as many students to get through as can possibly get through. So if you have a late term paper, email me. We'll work it out. Quiz number 3 is going to be next week, and it will cover the 3 chapters right after the midterm. That is television, internet, advertising. It'll be multiple choice. It'll be formatted like quiz number 2 was. You will get more than one try to take it. So it should be pretty easy. So just make sure you get that done next week. All right. On to the question of the day. The question of the day is circling back to the idea that at least parts of the world are beginning to open up, at least a little bit. For example, in city of Los Angeles, trails in parks like Griffith Park opened on Saturday. For example, I hiked with friends last night in the park. Well, LA County beaches are going to be open beginning today. Now, as I understand what the county is thinking of in regard to these beaches, is it's not for laying around for hours and hours. That if you're going to go to the beach, you should be doing something, running along the beach, swimming, surfing, what have you. It's for what? Active recreation. Okay. Well, here's the question of the day. Most beaches and hiking trails will be open by this weekend. How do you plan to use them? Most beaches and hiking trails will be open by this weekend. How do you plan to use them? So I can tell you that last night, hiking in the park, I got to see at appropriate distance, several of my friends who I have not hiked with in 8 weeks or what have you. The trails were pretty crowded with both hikers and trail runners. Even after dark, we got back about, I don't know, 8:30 or so. Um, so, what do you plan to do now that most beaches and trails will be open by this weekend? How do you, I don't know, plan to take advantage of that? The rules, by the way, for the trails is you're supposed to wear a mask. And I got to say, when you're going up a fairly steep uphill, and you're kind of breathing hard and kind of sucking that mask in, you know, it's an added level of difficulty. But yeah. All right, see what we got coming in here. Michael is saying he'd like to fish. Boy, where do you fish around here? Uh, every once in a while, I'll see people with fishing gear at the LA River, and I'll think, wow, that person's a real optimist, thinking that there's fish in the LA River. Although I think there are a few. Uh, what lakes do we have around here? Or I guess fishing off the Santa Monica Pier. I wonder if that's legal because you're not supposed to hang around at the beach, but fishing is, an activity. It is doing something. So I wonder if you can fish off the pier this weekend. And I don't know. So I'm just asking that question. Um, Patricia is saying I'm dying to go to the beach and tanning. Um, Take a look at what the rules are for lying out on the beach. And Guy is seconding Patricia's wish here. Sophia wants to hike. Sophia, where do you hike? Where would you like to hike? I haven't hiked to Mount Wilson in a while. So sometime over the next couple of weeks, I'll have to maybe do the Mount Wilson toll road because it's fairly wide. You can distance on that. Kayun, Clara, hiking with my family. Yeah, yeah, it's a great way to connect. Because when you're doing something like hiking with family members or friends, it's not expected that you have to keep the conversation going every minute. Michael, go to Redondo Beach. Yeah, the Redondo Pier yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, Guy, Lake Pyramid. Okay, Lake Pyramid. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Where as you're going down the 5 freeway, you see it, kind of in the distance. I think that's Pyramid Lake. Hit Lake Havasu with a few beers. Yeah. Now, isn't Lake Havasu on the California-Arizona border? And if it is, there may be stuff you can do on the Arizona side you can't do on the California side. It's that way with Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is on the border of California and Nevada. And so on the California side, you have campgrounds and redwoods. On the Nevada side, you have casinos. Let's see. Okay. Well, let's get to what you're doing today. Um, the media note is, oh, well, I've forgotten what my media note is about. Hang on. That's right. Um, we're getting, we have a public relations media note today, and it is about a just god awful public relations crisis that United Airlines had about 3 years ago. And it's one of these things where a company's good name is just, trashed by this incident. And so in the media note, there is a link to cell phone video that makes United look really, really bad. And then I also want you to listen to an NPR story that is about the initial reaction to this situation. Today, I will have you doing the regular old media note quiz with the 3 multiple choice questions. So do that. And then in the public relations chapter, remember you did the first half of it on Monday. So today, you are starting at the slide Principles of Crisis Communication. Principles of Crisis Communication through the end. So that's 22 minutes. All right. Any questions before I end the live stream? What do we got? All right, guys. I will be over on Canvas chat in just a few seconds. See you later. Good.